Got Rich B in the house. Got 6 people on, no thumbs up. See Rich B, we'll give it a couple of minutes, let everybody kick in. Cheers, everyone. Wednesday night. Hello, Ranger. How are you, buddy? Basil Hayden's just finished this bottle off. Threw it in the recycle. Whew, man, I was having to truck home for this chat because I had to pick up something and unload it that I'll be bringing into this room. Hope y'all are doing well. Unit 4 is in the house. How are you, sir? This is a good whiskey this evening. Little bit of a bite, but that's always good when you get to the bottom of the barrel or bottom of the bottle. Hello, Scott. How are you, sir? 5 people on, 3 thumbs up. I'm sure more people will be jumping in here. But yes, the renovations of this room have begun. Some of the stuff's coming in, and some of the stuff's going to be going out. But in the meantime, now I'm going to redo my garage. I mean, it's turned into a whole thing. So, please share. What is it you're sipping? I am Basil Hayden's, just the standard Basil Hayden's. Hello, Lake Ozark guy. Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is the last. I just finished this bottle, so I just wanted to finish it off. Got me 3 shots out of it. Usually do about 3 or 4 shots on a Wednesday night. Hello, Lee. How are you? Floridian is in the house. Where are you this evening, Floridian? What part of the States? Hello, Rock Chalk. Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Ranger 10's got that #1 crown for comments. Yeah, I'm remodeling this room, so I'm going to revamp everything. Taking a bunch of stuff out, ordered stuff, got it in. Oh, he's in Chi-Town. Windy, Chicago. Lucky you, lucky you. That's not one of my favorite places. If you stay on the outside of Chicago, it's not horrible. Unit 4 says he's already missing summer. Only 60 tomorrow, damn. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not my favorite place. God, what is that town that I stay in when I go there? I'll think of it in a minute. It's outside of Chicago. It's like 15 minutes outside of Chicago, because I do handle the Chicago area. I don't go there a lot, but when I do, that's where I always try to stay, because that's where my main customer is. Yeah, it's not cooling down here. It was 93 today. I don't know what the heat index was. It was definitely warm. Rich B says we need to clean out our house from top to bottom. Have accumulated more crap. Yeah, that's the same thing here. Man, this room with the gun stuff and all that, man, I just have so much crap. So I'm packing up a bunch of stuff, getting rid of it. Giving some stuff to buddies, not stuff I'm going to share with y'all or that I'll donate to y'all. These are like big items, just trying to clean a bunch of stuff out. What's up, Dirt Track? How are you, man? Yep, Longhorns definitely let me down. Man, I was like, oh my gosh, man. I'm like, come on, Arch. That was not good. I was hoping it was, man, I knew it was going to be a defensive game. I knew it was going to be a hardcore defensive game, but I was just like, golly, man. So, yeah, I'm even rocking my orange poncho tonight. But I did order the Longhorn. They actually have the NCAA poncho, came out with the NCAA shirts. And if your team wins the national championship and you've bought one of those shirts, they'll give you a refund. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. I was hoping Texas, but, I guess we'll see now. But, yeah, Poncho just released that, so I grabbed one real quick because I knew they were going to sell out. Yep, exactly, Rich B. That's what I said. I said, he's been hyped so hard, and I'm not saying he's not deserving of it, but he just had a lot of pressure, and I think he let the pressure get to him. So now he's been beaten. So maybe he'll come back with a vengeance. But I don't think they called that great of a game either. Shakizian, I never can pronounce his name. Um, Sharkezian, or however you say it. Um, he's calling some weird plays, but it is what it is. So, and they definitely had the Longhorns number for sure. All right, we got 19 in, 7 thumbs up. I appreciate all y'all being here. More people will jump in, but yeah, I had to. I ordered an item. What's up, Armsman? I ordered an item and it came in, so I need to pick it up. But I had to have some help, of course. So a buddy of mine helped me, and we got it picked up and brought to my house and put in the house. So that's what we were doing. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But we got it in. So really wasn't that bad. What's up, Bald and Curious? How are you, man? Hope you're doing well. Bald, have you moved yet? Or you still, has that house sold yet? Or are you still probably in the market right now? It's probably really shitty, but didn't know if you had any luck on selling that house yet. Somebody needs to get me that SIG 2011 GTO. I'm too broke. Yeah, I think that gun's going to do good. So, let's see here. Ohio State is loaded as well. Yep. Several first round picks on that team already. Yeah. I knew Ohio State was going to be a tough opponent. Still trying to sell the house. I got you. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a tough game. Right out of the box, you're playing, one and what was it, number 1 and 2 or whatever. And that ranking, I was like, But yeah, Ohio State deserved that game, man. They played their ass off. So Texas did not. Yeah, I had my buddy from Oklahoma call me and give me shit. But I said, just wait. We play you in the rivalry, Texas and OU, so hopefully we'll spank their ass. Yeah, I figured a lot of people would like that SIG, GTO. I think that's kind of a bad name. They shouldn't have tainted the Pontiac GTO name, but I guess they did because the GOAT GTO. What are friends for? Yeah. But anyway, I still have 2 more items to pick up when they come in. So, and then we'll have a total of 4. Probably have to get a buddy for one of the 2. Or maybe I'll just get him for both. So, but anyway, any gun items or any tool items y'all want to talk about? I had a question since I've been doing these tool videos, and I wanted to bring it up to y'all. Too little, too late. Should have came out with the GTO a year or 2 ago. Yeah, I get it. I need that GTO in my life. Blah blah blah. Let's see here. How much I need to get for kidney. How you liking the new truck? I really like it. Yeah, so far it's a great truck. There's already 2 issues I'm having with it, and I found out it's a common issue. I'll be driving and the radio stops playing. You can see it, you can turn the volume, you can do everything, and it stops playing. And you have to reprogram the freaking radio. And I'm just like, what the shit? And supposedly it's been happening on these Chevys for like 3 years. And I'm like, they don't have a flash for it? So if it happens again, I'm going to raise some hell, but it is what it is. I know. Okay, Zoe, hi. But anyway, so you have to hold down a button and reprogram it, but or let it reboot. That's what it is. It's a reboot, and I think that's horseshit. But it's only done it once so far. But people just say it happens periodically. There's no time, there's no reason, it just can happen. So it is what it is. Yes, it is a V8 one, but supposedly this one's been updated. That's the first thing I checked on. It is a 5.3. So Mac 9 is better. But anyway, so that, and what was the other thing? Oh, of course, I hate this on any vehicle. The auto start, or the auto stop, if you stop at a stoplight, how it kills it and then it restarts it. I turn that thing off. I'm going to try to see if I can get it reprogrammed completely out of the vehicle. That's the stupidest thing that any car makers came out with, and they're not the only one. There's other ones that do this auto stop bullshit, and that's ridiculous. I hate that. So I always turn it off right when I get in the truck. It has a little bit of a surge, but I think it's probably going to be a reprogram. I bet there's a flash for it, so I'll check. It's not anything major, nothing major. Rich B says, as far as you're safe, let's see here. As far as you're safe, whatever size you think you need, get 2 sizes bigger. You will thank me down the road. Oh yeah, that's why I have multiple safes. Yeah, 4 to be exact. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm getting rid of one. It's already sold. I bought a bypass off eBay for my Volkswagen Atlas that you unplug the button and plug it in. Yep, and that's what I was gonna say. I bet there is a reprogram for it, or a bypass. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for, because it's annoying as shit. But I can go back and talk to the text and be like, hey, is there a reflash? Is there a reprogram where you can actually delete it? And sometimes they won't do that for regular customers, you know what I mean? But they'll tell me, and if there is one, I'll just, if they'll let me have their scan tool, I'll just remove it. So it just kills it all the time. No, it's not a federal law. That's their bullshit way of saving fuel, but all it does is wear out your starters. It's stupid as shit. It's not required on every vehicle. You can get there was an emission kickback that some of the dealers, if they added that in there, they would get a federal kickback. So it's not a law. They were just looking for extra money. It's, God, what is the actual term for it? It's a CAFE rebate. And another CAFE rebate's ridiculous. If you think about it, like if you have a little small car and the back seat's tiny, but it has a center seat belt, like no human could sit there if you had 2 people in the seat. But they'll put a seat belt there because they get a CAFE discount by putting a seat belt, saying it's a 5-passenger vehicle when no human can sit there. Yeah, big beautiful bill. Yeah, because I'm telling you, with the diesels, man, if they can start deleting those, I already know some guys who have bought brand new trucks and deleted them. But if they can really, really start doing that on all of them, that's going to be awesome. My mechanic would not tell me how to bypass that on our Toyota. He was really weird about it, and we have known each for years. Yeah, sometimes if you actually reprogram it out of there, it'll leave a flag. So when you take it in for service, it'll flag it, saying that it's been removed. And then they'll question like, hey, who removed this? But if I take it to the same place, it's not going to matter. Like Ozark guy says, I have a 25 and 26 BMW that I have to turn off every time I start them, pain in the ass, and I forget 50% of the time. Yeah, that's the same thing on this one. I got to turn it off every damn time. Ranger says, looks like I might have to do a mag reload on the Trolls Tonight unit for, yeah. Get them, Ranger. You're the man at that. I really appreciate y'all with the wrenches. But yeah, there's nothing real exciting. I mean, I've been looking around and I'm like, man, is there anything I want? And there's just nothing that I'm seeing. I don't want the 2011 or the 211 GTO. I don't want that personally. I've got plenty of 2011s, but I can understand why somebody would want it because of the mag compatibility for the 320. You know, because Lord knows, I hope people aren't carrying 320s. So you need to put those mags to use some way. But I think what's really stupid, and I said this the last time, is how you have to take the, how you have to unscrew it, pull a spring out, pull a D10 out, put a punch through it. That's just horseshit. I mean, that seems like some freaking backward ass redneck bullshit to me. I'm like, you couldn't come up with like Radiant Arms. You couldn't come up with just a screw that screws in there, um, you know, and to where it could be removed. I don't know. I just think that's janky. That's just my opinion. Platypus in a 2011 GTO. What's up, Armsman? How are you, buddy? SIG manufactured it their way. I don't know. I'm just like, man, you've got all that many engineers and you couldn't come up with something better than that. Because I guarantee you, I mean, even Humble took it apart and that spring, I mean, it's just going to shoot out and you're going to lose it. And then they're saying, spray Kroll on it. I mean, a lot of people don't know what Kroll is, but Kroll's not a cheap penetrating fluid. It's expensive, but it's very, very good. But you got to spray Kroll on it, or that's what they suggest. And then if you can't get it out, don't use a punch, send it into SIG. What? I mean, that's just freaking dumb. You're going to be there's tons of people that can't get it out. I promise you, because it says do not use a punch. How's you going to get it out? Ranger says, I'm just going back to buying ammo for a bit after picking up the P211 GTO. Yeah, and I don't know if y'all saw. Did you see that they're supposed to be? And I'm not trying to panic by don't take it that way. Please don't. But there's a lot of people announcing ammo increases. So, that's pretty crazy. What's up, Pranic? How are you, buddy? Hope you were doing well. Yeah, and Pranic, it's not going to be too long. I'm going to be hitting you up. I'll do a drive-by by your house. So, because I got some stuff in, so I'm going to start loading some stuff up and bringing it to your house. SIG is working on a Damascus steel design 1911. I mean, I love Damascus. That's awesome, but, I mean, and I love 1911s, don't get me wrong, but I think they've kind of got my extendo, got my fun switch. Oh, and I don't know if y'all saw, I had to go by GT Distributors today, and they're selling used high points for $50. So I posted the actual sign over on my community if you want to go look at it. And my little joke was, would you rather carry a high point or a SIG P320? Which one would y'all rather carry? Carry. Not, lay on the counter, unloaded like a stapler. Well, staplers are loaded. Ranger says I'm getting good at taking the comp off and on about 10 times now, getting easier. Good. That's awesome. I still think it's I think they could have came up with something better. Alien dropped price on retro kit to make it carry optics legal. Oh, that's cool. Man, those guns are nice. Texas Gun Experience is an Alien dealer, but god dang, those things are expensive, man. The little carry one's super nice, but Scott says I would trust the high point before the SIG. And what's crazy is they're selling those high points for $50 used. For one, my question was, where did they get them? What police locker, evidence locker did they pull them from? And then also, what did they pay for them? Like $20? If they're selling them for 50, they're making 30. I mean, what did they pay for them? I mean, I'm just like, crap. Yeah, Pranic says neither. Yeah, I mean, that'd be my choice. Yeah, Scott says he wouldn't carry either. Oh yeah, that compact Alien is sweet, but isn't the price like $7,000 or something? It's freaking crazy. But yeah, Kroll is the shit. If you want good penetrating fluid, Kroll is the bomb. I used to buy it by the case back in the day, but it was, I still want to say it was like even buying it by the case, I think it was like 15 bucks a can or something, or 12 bucks a can. Okay, now it's saying add a Q&A sticker, ask a question. I don't know what this does. Okay, well, we don't want to do that. That's weird. I don't know what this thing's doing. I guess y'all can ask a question. Diddy lube, good penetrating lube, yeah. I'm just gonna try to kick this thing off the chat. I don't know. Come on. Sorry, I was trying something new. Damn, what is this thing doing? Anyway, can y'all see me, or does it say ask a question? I don't know what the hell this thing is doing. I'm trying to get it off the screen. Well, I guess if somebody wants to ask a question. A lot of new features I saw now. A hype button for videos. Yeah, I've been hyping up some videos. I've been watching some videos of some other people I follow that are even on this chat, and the hype button, so I hype some of them up. And it says it does. Yeah, watch your rocking. Yeah, because I was trying to hit that down button. So does it? Can y'all see where it says ask a question over my face? Can y'all see that, or do you see my face completely? Because there's a thing that says ask a question. Ask a question. Is it still in front of my page? So front of my. Somebody asked me a question. I don't. Okay, so it shows my face. Yes. Do you get any for the hype feature? I don't know. It says something. Okay, you don't see anything, because what I see is it says ask a question. So I don't know how to do this, but whatever. I'm not worried about it. Okay, cool, because I'm actually seeing this little box that says ask a question. And I don't know what the hell to do. Okay, somebody asked me a question. Tap it and ask a question, so maybe it'll go away. If you can see that. I click to ask a question, just shows your face. I see ask a question. Hello, Trigger Bar. How are you, buddy? Who knows? Like I said, I just saw something that said, try it. So, of course, my dumb ass hit the button. So I probably shouldn't have. You picked the high point. Yeah. And there are some, like Trigger Bars on here. There's some other people who do videos. So please go over and check out their channels too. Takes you to the live chat to ask a question. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, well. What's up, Norwood? How are you, buddy? Yeah, I'm just seeing it saying, ask a question. I don't know. Asking a question. I don't know how to get it to go away, so whatever. Then highlights your question on the screen. Okay. It sends the question to the chat. Okay. Let's see what this thing does, if I can get it to do anything. Yeah. Drag here to end Q&A. Okay, I'm trying to drag there. Oh, I think it worked. Okay, now I don't see it. Good. It sends the question to the chat. Okay, cool. Anyway, I slid it down and there was a little trash receptacle. So we got 20 people on the chat and 10 thumbs up. I appreciate that so much. We just need 9 more people to hit the thumbs up. Oh, it sends a question to the chat. It's gone, yeah. Like I said, I don't know. It shows top fans, and it gives, the people. What does the big sign mean? That actually says BJGG. It stands for Big Johnson Guns and Gear, but it's kind of weird. Shrek, that's what it stands for. BJGG, all capitalized. A lot of my discount codes are BJGG10, such as the Armsman holsters, lock grips, Impact Machine. A lot of companies I work with, that's BJGG10 is the discount codes for those, if you're interested in any of those. What watch do you have on? I am rocking believe it or not, this is a Seiko. It's a Seiko Doro. It's very inexpensive, and then I put the James Bond band on it. So very inexpensive watch, and I love this band. So I just wore it because it matched what I have on today. I didn't even get to change it before the chat because I was flying. Yeah, this is a very inexpensive watch, but these watches are awesome. And they're 100 meters. I believe they're 100 meters, but they are super cheap. And I beat the crap out of these. I have like 5 or 6 of them, and this is the green. It's kind of like the Hulk Rolex. And then I put a different band on it. But I've got the blue one with a blue band. I've got the black one with an orange band. And I've got this one with the James Bond band. This is the green face, and I've got a gold face with something else on it. So I just kind of wear these sometimes to match the whatever I'm wearing. And I'm rocking the poncho shirt, and I'm stuck on these ponchos. Matter of fact, the other night I went on and ordered 4 more ponchos. So I think I'll have like 9 or 10 of them. Or no, 8. I'll have like 7 or 8 of them. I know, Armsman, we were flying, buddy. I mean, you know what I'm doing. We were flying. And I'm telling you what, he was a huge, huge help. Seiko Katura? Yeah, that's cool. I like Seikos, man. I like Seikos. I like Citizens. I've got Seikos, Citizens, Casios. I have a bunch of G-Shocks. I love G-Shocks. And then I have some nice, higher end watches too. But Scott says, ordered myself the M18 Milwaukee vacuum. Should have it tomorrow or Friday. Needed it for work. That's awesome, man. Matter of fact, I've been using the Milwaukees, the M12s. Love them. Absolutely love them. For what I'm doing so far, they've worked great. Really, really enjoying them. Matter of fact, tonight I used them for a pallet that I had to take boards off of that were screwed in. It worked awesome. Used the DeWalt bite bits. They worked really, really well. And I've used the Klein Impacts. I've used the Kinetic Kleins so far. I've used the new ratchets, that I showed on one of the videos, the inexpensive one. This, I can't remember the name, Sunnin, whatever. They work great, 72 teeth. Wish they were, 80, but I mean, I'm still getting, 5 degrees, which is fine. I mean, so far, all the tools are working great. I'm actually using them. So, really enjoying them. What is the temperature down there? Trading Parsons, Dallas Cowboy players or fans are pretty pissed off. But as I'm understanding it, might be leaking out. Parsons has a real back injury, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. I hated to lose him. He's a hell of a player, but of course, I don't write that check. Prentick says I got the big Milwaukee blower. Sounds like a jet engine. I can imagine it does. That's cool. Rock Chalk says, not sure if you answered it, but I'll ask again. What are the features you look for in a gun safe? In a gun safe, I look for easy access. I prefer the push buttons over the old school. Also, I want a really high fire rating. I like a wider footprint. I don't like the narrow safes where they can be pushed over. Because if you can push them over easily, they can put them on dollies and move them out easier. Even if they're bolted, they're just easier to maneuver, to pry off of walls and things, and bolted to the floor. They're easier to pry off of. Use the wall as a pry to snap it off the floor if you've got it bolted to the floor. I'm just going to tell you, I know it might hit some weird spots. Some people, I know Liberty had a weird thing, but the Liberty Fat Boy, I mean, that's kind of my go-to. It's a great safe. The price is right. You can add the bells and whistles if you want to, but man, it's just a proven design. I really do like the Liberty Fat Boy. Liberty makes a hell of a safe. So I know they did that weird thing where they passed out codes to the FBI or ATF at one time. From what I understand, they're never going to do it again. It is what it is. Um, but, you know, I own them. I like them. They work well. They have a good fire rating. Um, and they're pretty freaking bulletproof. I mean, literally. So that's kind of my go-to is the Liberty Fat Boy. Tight and small scap on the door edges. Yeah. Love Rhino safes. Yeah, Rhinos are really nice. I bought a square face Citizens at a JCPenney outlet during the Black Friday sale for $41.30 years ago, and I still have people ask me about it. Yeah, I just like unique watches, just weird ones. I have a lot of people ask me, like y'all did, ask me about this little expensive watch. These watches are like, and I hate the bands. The stock bands they come on are freaking junk. But these watches are like $25. But I mean, I beat the shit out of these things. I like slam them into walls. I do all kinds of stuff because I've got nice watches. I just don't wear my nice watches every day because if you walk in with a President's or some shit like that, people are like, oh my God, they freak out. So, and I have nice stainless watches and stuff like that, higher tier watches that are just stainless. But sometimes I just like to be fun, just like to do something different. So, and there's nothing wrong with these watches. I mean, they're great. And I'll be honest with you, I will say this. I've got 2 Rolexes. This watch, this freaking $25 watch, keeps better time than both my Rolexes. Now, granted, this is a battery watch. Those are self-winding, but there you go. And I wouldn't fib to you. So, you don't have to have a Rolex. I mean, there's great watches. Longines makes awesome watches. I have a Longines. It's a 14 karat gold one. And it's a really, really nice watch. But it is a winder. You have to wind it. It's not self-winding. You have to wind it. It's an old school watch. I just like watches. You won't catch me dead with a freaking iPhone or whatever it is, an Apple Watch. I just won't do it. I'm not that guy. And if you've got one, that's cool. I'm an old school guy. I know a rich guy, he says, all he wears is counterfeit watch clones because no one will think he would. Smart guy, yeah. Tag watches, yes, I had a Tag Heuer, an original one, an old one. I don't have it any longer. I ended up selling it to a buddy of mine. But I've had Tag Heuer in the past. They kind of fell off. They weren't that great. Now they are coming back. They took on Formula One again. They're bringing back some of the older school styles. The square, it's the square Tag Heuer. Do not get that one. It's the newer one. Do not get that one. I have a buddy who bought one and he's had a lot of problems with it, so I would not recommend that one. But Tag makes good watches too. The one I am not a fan of is Hublot. I am not a Hublot fan at all. Their shit takes a bath. I've had Breitlings. Breitlings are nice. I think they're overpriced for what they are. Damn, that went quick. One watch I do not have and I would like to have is I would like to have a Omega. Either a Speedmaster, like the 007 Speedmaster, but I would like an Omega. Harry has an Omega. And if you want, like, oh God, what is their name? If you want a Rolex type watch with basically the same guts as a lot of them, sapphire crystal, real stainless steel, a great watch at a lower, now they're not cheap, but at a less price point than a Rolex, a Tudor, Tudor. You can't go wrong with Tudors. They're great watches. I don't know if you know this, but they're the sister company of Rolex. So Rolex owns Tudor, but they're fabulous watches. I'm probably gonna buy one. Probably gonna buy a Tudor. Because I can't afford a Daytona, and Tudor has a Daytona style that I really do like. Let's see here. Love my Longines and Oris. I have an Oris also. I have one over there. It's a cool watch. It is a quartz. It's a quartz, but it's good. Hey, what's up, Pop Doctor? Yeah, and if y'all haven't checked out Pop Doctor, he has a channel. He's been doing some shooting and some USPSA stuff. Go over and check him out. He does some MP5 stuff. I watch him. I don't comment on every single thing because sometimes I'll just watch him on TV, so I don't leave comments every time. But I've been watching him for a while, so he does good stuff. And G23's got a good channel. Go over and check him out. Trigger Bar, of course. So y'all go over and show them some love. I wear an iWatch because I lose my iPhone 50 times a day and my watch dings my phone. No, I get it. I get it. I'm just, man, I'm an old school guy. I'm an old school guy. Pop Doctor says I'm really slow, but I have fun. Dude, do your own thing. Screw the haters, man. I will tell people to F off. Excuse my French, but I don't give a shit. I do what I want, how I want to do it. Just go and have a good time, man. If you say you're slow, man, you do better than most of the people I watch on YouTube. So just do it, man. Have fun. Screw people. Tudor's is a biscuit place. Let's see here. Biscuit place in West Virginia. Oh, cool. Tudor Black Bay 58. Yep. I have an Omega Speedmaster. Cool. And a Seamaster. Love Christopher Ward too, but tariffs, yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know Omega's owned by Swatch. Swatch is one of the biggest freaking watchmakers in the world. I don't know if y'all remember the Swatch watches back in the day where you get the colors and all that shit. I remember Swatches was a big thing when I was younger. And I think I only had like one, and it was an orange one, imagine that. But I never bought any more of them. I've just, this is one thing. When I would hit an objective, I would buy a watch. Or when I did, reached a certain goal that I set for myself, I would buy a watch. That's what I used to do. So, and that's why I have a lot of watches. But honestly, man, I am a huge, sometimes you'll see me just walking around, I'm rocking a G-Shock. I love G-Shocks. I probably have like 20 G-Shocks. Yeah, Pop Doctor, I thought that too, that Swatch Group would dissolve, yeah. No, and Swatches have gone crazy. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm just like, what? Rich B says, what happened to the Glock Aimpoint Koa relationship? I don't see any for sale around here. Yeah, they quit for commercial sales or civilian sales because they're all going to, ICE picked them up because they went away from SIG. So they got all these military/department contracts. So they pulled them from the civilian market to fulfill those contracts. So no, they didn't break up. They're freaking selling like hotcakes. Yeah, Trigger Bar's answering that too. My first charger was orange. Loved orange. Oh man, damn. You had the Hemi orange. Woo. Yeah, and then they had the Sublime green. I have a buddy of mine. Well, I wouldn't say buddy. He's, I guess I need to rephrase that. He's not a buddy. He's an acquaintance. He has a Sublime green Superbird. It's an original. Rock Chalk says I have a sub no date, wanted for over 2 years from an authorized dealer, worth the wait and every penny. Yeah, that's cool. I had a sub, but I had the date. And then I got rid of the sub at the same time I had the sub and I had the day date, stainless and gold. Got rid of the sub, which I should have never done. And, I've got the Presidents, but I really like the day date. The only thing is the sub, I like the size better than the day date for my size. And I don't have big wrist. I have big hands, but I don't have big wrist. What's up, DB? How are you, buddy? G-Shock 9052 all day, Navy SEAL, NATO reference. That's cool. I'm not, man, I've got a ton of G-Shocks and I don't know all the numbers on them. I'm just being honest with you. I've got plenty of, I've got like 3 or 4 orange ones. I've got a camo one. I got a ton of G-Shocks. I really like G-Shocks. Superbird? Oh yeah, trust me. DB said had a sub for lunch, was delicious. That's awesome. Yeah, Superbird, man. Whew. I also have, or know a guy. I keep, I don't want to say buddy. He's an acquaintance. He has the Richard Petty Blue Superbird, and it is the original Petty Blue, which is super rare. 446 pack. Both of these are 446 packs. Uh, Stupid money. These cars are worth stupid money. The Sublime Green and the Richard Petty Blue. I mean, and that's the thing. And if y'all want to see them, I mean, I guess I've been neglecting that. But if y'all want to see these cars sometimes, I could film them if y'all want to see them. I know they would just be like, yeah, film it. I don't care. If y'all ever want to see those, that's cool. Sassy Grass Green, that's awesome. I had a 70 CUDA. Now, when I bought it, it was just a rolling chassis. I tubbed it, and it was a strictly quarter mile car, but it was a 71 CUDA, and it was original white, which was weird. But it was white, and I did it a different color, but it was just a race car. So it was not street legal, let's say that. But it was a fun car. Super fast. Plenty fast in the quarter mile. But that's awesome, Unit 4. Man, CUDAs are awesome. My favorite body style is a 71 CUDA. That's why I had to get it. And then when I saw it was a rolling chassis, I was like, damn, I want one that I can drive every day. But I bought that back, was it 20 years ago? 18 years ago? And then tubbed it, had the roll bars welded in it, had the kit, it was like I said, it was a very, very fun car. But that's the thing about racing, it was money hand over fist. Keith Black built the motor for that one. It was a 503. Plenty fast. Iron Man, I've got an Iron Man somewhere. But I was always a G-Shock guy. I really like the G-Shocks better than the Iron Man. G23 says double tap the screen, y'all. Thumbs up. And it's free and it helps the channel. Thank you, G23. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got 23 people on, 17 thumbs up. So I always appreciate y'all being on here. But yeah, there's nothing super exciting that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to buy that. There's just nothing exciting. And I've been buying a bunch of tools and kind of playing around with that, and it's a lot of fun. Really loving the tool thing, just doing some different stuff. I really think once I get I'm going to kind of turn it into an office / gunroom / studio. I think y'all will enjoy it. Going to kind of set it up a little differently. And I'm excited about it. It's not a cheap thing. I'm spending a bunch of money, but I look at it as, I've been wanting to do this, honestly, set this up for like 3 to 4 years. I've had this vision in my head about the way I want it, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm spending the money to, kind of do it like one and done, and just quit hawing around about it. Rich B says, I ran into Richard Petty years ago in a restaurant in North Carolina. This was a long time ago, but what a down-to-earth person. That is awesome, man. I've met Dale Earnhardt before he passed. I've met Dale Jr. I've never met Richard Petty. I would love to. I met a bunch of NHRA guys back when I used to run. Trying to think of any that y'all might know. I know John Force. Who else? Tony Pendergrass. Um, I can't remember his name. He used to race for Oakley. I mean, I've met a bunch of racers. I've raced against a couple that ran Nitro and Funny Car. Unifor says, I just learned this. The primer gray 55 Chevy and 2-lane blacktop became the 55 Chevy 3 years later in American Graffiti. Oh, that's cool. I've seen a bunch of the General Lees in person when they used to have the show on TV, the Dukes of Hazzard. I went to the Dukes of Hazzard graveyard. That's what they called it. And they had all the Chargers, or a bunch of Chargers there, man, and they trashed a bunch of those cars. Holy crap. But that was pretty cool to see those. And the two that they just drove around the streets in, they didn't jump them. But I always thought that was really cool to see those. And I met Uncle Jesse. I met Cooter and Daisy back in her prime. And yes, I've met Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. That was pretty cool. Tony Stewart of NASCAR. I met him 4 times. Raced a go-kart against him 8 years ago. His track is by me. That's cool. That's cool. These older NASCAR drivers were just one of us back then. Yeah, before the big bucks changed the sport. Yep. Yeah, that's always cool when you can meet people like that. You know, that enjoy the same thing that you enjoy. A lot of fun. And that was, back in the day when I raced, that was a lot of fun, like in the pits and stuff. Meeting all the people and getting to talk to them, messing around with them, and physically walking into their pit to see what they're running, like up close and personal, and be like, oh yeah, you're jetting that, or you're cheating a little bit. That was always fun. There's always ways to pull a little more power out of a car, or to move weight, put it that way, to move the CG, center of gravity, and put extenders on the front so you can hit that switch a little early and show that you won versus the other guy, even on the same length of car. I was like, how did you pull 2 more inches out? Oh yeah, good old boys. That's what it's all about, man. Moonshining. When they used to run those moonshines, they had fast cars. They had to get that moonshine away from the popo. And it is funny looking at, the cars now, or back then, which we used to think were really, really fast. And now the modern technology, how they're so much faster, out of a smaller engine. I mean, that's always funny. Always funny looking at that. Like I mentioned before, I had buddies who had the 454 SS pickup truck. It was a 454 big block, only pulling 220 stock horsepower. It's like, what? Out of a 454. That was back when you could identify the cars as a Ford, Chevy, Dodge. No more. Yeah, they have gotten pretty crazy now. Yeah, and when I see the Lucids, I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm like, oh, that's a Lucid. I mean, even before I know what they look like now, before I even see the placard. But I've had like my daughter. She loves cars too, and she'll reach out. She's like, what the hell car is this? And I'm like, oh, that's a Lucid, or oh, that's a whatever, a McLaren, or a Ferrari. Sometimes she's like, man, I've never seen one of those before. And I'm like, yeah, there's all kinds of. And that's the thing, you go to South Lake, Texas, and man, you see all kinds of crazy cars. Yeah, and I've got a buddy and he is a friend. I've got a buddy who just bought an old Porsche 911 S, and he's going to restore it. So, and he was like, hey, you think you want to come over? And I'm like, man, I can barely, I can't, I mean, I can turn wrenches, but, he's like, I'll just plop you here and you can build this. And of course, building freaking Volkswagen engines that's what they are. I mean, they're like a walk in the park. I remember I used to pull Volkswagen engines out of Beetles back in the day, and I'd put a skateboard under the rear bumper, drop the engine on a skateboard, and lift the car up and roll it right out under a skateboard. I mean, that was the deal back in the day. Snowman said, is the Walther PDP Pro X comp worth it? If you're, I mean, I think it's a fine gun. Don't get me wrong. I think it's kind of thick and chunky. If you're going to carry it, there's other. I think there's better options. Not saying I'm not taking anything away from it. Shooting it, it shoots great. It's fast. I mean, you're gonna like it. If it's just a range gun, I'd say yeah. If it's something you plan on carrying, you know, it's a chunky boy. So, but yeah, I mean, it's flat. You know, it has a great trigger. Um, you know, so I think you're gonna enjoy it. And Rich B says, "What horsepower does a Corvette turn now off the showroom floor?" Depending on which one you get, like the new, what is it, the X, that's what, 1250 horsepower, but that's the top right now. They have one supposedly that's in the background that's supposed to really crank. 650, are they 650, 650, 700, something like that. G23 says having barbecue for dinner. Sweet. Kind of barbecue? Brisket, ribs, a lot of barbecue. Gotta be a little more. Gotta give us a little more information, man. I love me some barbecue. Matter of fact, man, I need to cook on my freaking drum smoker. I've been waiting to fire that thing up. Since I bought it, I haven't cooked on it once because of the injury, because I bought it before the injury. But man, I need to fire that thing up and throw some ribs on it. I've got 2 racks of ribs in the freezer. I need to take them out and do them up, pull the membranes, and get those babies seasoned up and throw them on the drum smoker. I'm a big drum smoker guy. So what kind of barbecue you have in G23? Making me hungry. I haven't even eaten yet. Man, I was flying home to get this chat knocked out. Stoma says I have a Walther PDP 22 MR and it was worth it. Yeah, no, that's totally a different gun. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the Walthers other than they're just chunky boys. They're just thick. And you know, when you carry them, you're going to notice the thickness. That's the only thing. If you're not going to carry it, no big deal. Rich B says 1250 horsepower. How the heck can you get insurance? You can get insurance. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're expensive cars. You're going to pay for the insurance, but yeah, I mean, but shit, insurance companies will insure them. That was what I ran into when I was racing cars for life insurance. That's one reason I don't race cars anymore. I upped my insurance to the maximum, my life insurance, and they were like, you can't do, what do they call them? You can't do, what's the sport? Extreme sports. You can't do extreme sports like skydiving, car racing, motorcycle racing. You can't do any of that. So when I upped my life insurance, they wouldn't cover me if I was still racing cars. So I was like, okay. So I went away from it. Sold all the shit off. Chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, gravy, and dinner rolls. Man, G23, you're killing me, man. I love me some good chicken. And see, you gotta smoke it, smoke that chicken, and then put it on the end to crisp it up just a little bit, right on the fire, man. Just a little bit crispy on that skin. That sounds awesome. Making me hungry. And I'm gonna go in and try to find what the hell. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry, my mother-in-law. My wife's been over helping my mother-in-law. So my mother-in-law made us dinner. My wife brought it home, so I get to have that tonight. And I think it's sweet and sour chicken. Or no, I'm sorry, sweet and sour pork. So pretty excited about that because it's good. When I win the 1.4 billion tonight, I'll go buy one tomorrow. Rich B, buy me one too, man. Buy me one. What's up, A? How are you, man? I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well also. But yeah, it's 7:54. If y'all have any questions or anything, but like I said, I'm really excited. The items I have, they're kind of in the way. I even told my wife, I'm like, do not get mad when you come in the house. They will be coming in the office soon. So do not get mad. Do not yell at me because they're big. So like I said, I'm going to be redoing this whole room. So this weekend is going to be a chore. G23 says my wife spoiled me and had dinner ready when I got off work. That's awesome, man. A says, good to hear. I was recommended your stream. What's your stream about? Guns, gear, tools, whatever you want to talk about. Cars. We're all about it. Dominantly guns. Oh, recommended by the algorithm. Damn, they actually recommended me. They usually shoot me in the foot. Thanks, Floridian. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, they usually that's really funny that you recommended, the algorithm recommended me. Damn, I'm pretty impressed. What's crazy, and I think I told y'all that this, I think I told you this last time, YouTube will not let me surpass 22,000. I've been at 22.99, then I got kicked down to 22, like 99 or 992 or whatever, then 995, then 997, then back to 990, 995. I'm just like, what in the hell? So they're definitely harassing me. But you know, shadow banning is real. Any rumors of a new offering from CZ? Still waiting on that P10, man. You know, the like P10F, but I think they're just going to go the comped route, or the ported route, where they're just chopping, you know, barrels. So it is what it is. But Pop Doctor says you deserve the algorithm recognition. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's definitely it's not easy to be just a normal old YouTuber that doesn't have everybody throwing money at them, because that is a thing. I actually get a lot of people, companies hitting me up saying, hey, you know, will you review this, review that? We want you to send your video to us after you review it, and if we approve it. And I'm like, no. And I have a lot of people reach out and say, how much do you pay for reviews? Or how much can we pay you for a review? And I'm like, no. No. So, but it is what it is. What's up, US Vet? How are you, buddy? Pop Doctor says I just hit 500 subs. I feel like I'm hitting the big time. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Y'all go over and sub to Pop Doctor. If you're not subscribed to Pop Doctor, please do it for me. Go over and give him a sub. I do reviews. I do a ton of reviews. You can check out my channel. I've got gun reviews. Been doing them for a while. G23 says I've been sitting at 640 subs. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different deal. I don't know what's going on, but they're probably hating on you too, G23. Oh, thank you, G23. He put the link for Pop Doctor in there. G23, put your link in there too, so people can go over and check you out. Yeah, please put your link in there too, G23. But there's Pop Doctor's link. G23 is being the man and throwing the channel, so you can go over and hit that and subscribe to Pop Doctor. But G23, put your link in there too, please, so everyone can go subscribe to you as well. But I appreciate y'all so much. And also, Pop Doctor, I wanted to reach out to you, man. I don't know if you're into live streams, but you can shoot me an email. It's on my community tab. Reach out to, or shoot me an email. If you ever want to come on the live stream, we could set that up and do that. If you're into live streams or you want to be on a live stream, I'd love to have you on. You know, so if you're interested. If you're not, that's cool. I totally get it. But you could come on and we could shoot the crap and let people know you and all that good stuff. So Ranger just subbed to both. That's awesome. I appreciate y'all doing that. Yeah, and this is another thing. If you ever want to throw your channel, if you have a channel and you want to put it in the stream, if it's a real channel, you know, and you want to put it in the stream just like G23 did, please do. You know, I'm not, you know, not opposed to helping people out. I was helped out way back in the day. So I always, and hell, a lot of those channels have way surpassed me that I helped way back in the day, and I'm very, very happy for them. So I'm not, you know, I'm not the guy that's like, oh, they passed me. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. What's up, Rocky Fitness? How are you? We're talking about guns, gear, tools, cars, but dominantly guns. Oh, we talk about guns. So, damn. Well, I appreciate you. And like I said, if you are interested in guns, Rocky, subscribe to me, and there's other channels out there. And we appreciate you doing that. If you're not a mod, just ask. We'll be happy to post your channel for you. There you go, G23. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not just going to assign everybody mods. Arsman is saying, having buyer's remorse. Anyone else? And he's talking about some guns. And that is the thing, man. You know, and I understand he makes holsters. So, but that is the thing I've told people. When you're looking at guns and you're like, oh my God, I got to have that one. I got to have that one. I got to have that one. Think about what you have. And is that next gun going to surpass what you already have? Probably not. A lot of the polymer guns or Tupperware guns, and I have plenty of them, so I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but a lot of them don't do anything that your other gun doesn't do. Now, understand, if you're making holsters and all that, you need other guns to make other holsters. I understand that. But if it's just for, a gun is not going to buy or make you better in most instances. Okay, I will say this. If you've been shooting Glocks and you're shooting stock triggers and all that other stuff, and you get a 2011, even a basic 2011, the trigger's better. It's a heavier gun. You're probably going to shoot it. It's going to absorb impact or recoil better. You're probably going to shoot it better. That would be something I would advance if you haven't already. But just buying polymer after polymer after polymer after polymer with same striker fire triggers, it's kind of like you're just buying more shit. And I'm not telling you not to buy. I have a ton of shit. But I'm just saying, from an old guy that has bought a bunch of shit, it's not going to advance you to make you a better shooter. I would say buy more ammo, spend more time at the range, really. And I'm not saying I'm a professional shooter, because I am by far not, okay? But I have a decent grip when I really concentrate on it, really crank it down. And that's why I enjoy taking the guns that I really enjoy and making them better, and not buying another gun to think it's going to make me better, because it doesn't. Arza says, you aren't kidding, exactly how I'm feeling right now. Rocky Fitness says, so far my M&P 2.0 10mm has been the best pistol I've touched. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you start shooting like 2011s and stuff like that, and the Ranger says the SIG 2011 was my first 2011, love it so far. Yeah, and that's what it is when a lot of people go to polymer guns or double action, single action guns to striker fire. They love striker fire, or they like the trigger better. Then when they go to a 2011 or a 1911, they're like, holy shit, this is a rude awakening. This is like the best. And that's why I will say this till I'm in the dirt. If you want a great trigger, and you want to shoot more accurately, and you want to shoot better and faster, a 1911, 2011 will do that. Normally, if you have your basics down, a good 2011 or even a basic 2011 will outshoot a Glock, for groups, under speed, because it's heavier. It's got a way better trigger. I mean, there's a lot of advantages to it. So rather than just buying polymer wonder after polymer wonder after polymer wonder, buy a 2011 or a 1911 if that's what you choose to buy. At least have one, at least. And I'm not saying you have to buy an Atlas or a freaking Infinity. I'm not saying that. But you will be like, holy crap. I have proven it to so many true friends who are Glock guys or whatever. And I'm like, just try this right here. So they're shooting their Glock. I'm like, try this. And they're like, holy shit. I'm like, exactly. It's just different. Not saying you can't shoot a Glock good or any of that. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you want to take it up a notch, it's kind of like going from a basic entry-level Corvette to like a ZR1. or a Z06. You know, if you're trying to compare something, or a V6 to a freaking hopped up V8. Let me catch back up here. Rocky says, I really like the HKG3 platform. Do you think it's still relevant to be a main carry? HKG3. 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 I mean, HK guns are great. What the hell is a G3? I know I'm like having a brain fart. Armstrong says, gotta stop scrolling on those late nights. Let's see here. Yeah, G23 says, while at the range, practice with your non-dominant hand. And I'll be honest with you, I suck with my non-dominant hand because I don't train enough. So that is my big boogaboo. And you will actually see it when I'm shooting really fast. I will have a shit grip with the left hand. It'll just be like a dead fish laying on there. And I'll pull it. And I'm like, freaking... And after I see the grip, I'm like, God dang, grip with your freaking left hand too. US Vet says, VP9 has always been my favorite. Yeah, those are great guns. Nighthawk makes a hell of a gun. Rich B says, any recommendation for a shot timer to use at the range? I have a pack, what is it, a pack timer? I really like it. It's super loud. And that is a good thing if you're in an indoor range, but I have to put a piece of, like the little sticker, USPSA sticker over it, because it's freaking loud. And I've used it in my office before, and my dog freaks out. So I've had to mute it. But if you're in an outdoor range or an indoor range and it's bang, 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 you know, sometimes it'll pick up other shots too. But I really like the pack timer. It's not expensive. It works great. It doesn't match to your phone and do all the crazy shit some of the new ones do. But just for an all-around, man, it's hard to beat the pack timer. I think it's PAC or something like that. PACT, pack timer. But I like it. Oh, the HKG3. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, shit. Anything, you know, I mean, yeah, it's not a problem at all. I mean, hell, I'd keep that. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about an HK pistol with like a G3 LE trigger or something. Yeah, shit, I love 308. 7.62 by 51. I am a 308 guy. I was gonna say, yeah, when you check into my channel, can't remember who was asking that earlier. Rocky Fitness, when you check in my channel, you'll know I'm a 308 guy. I've got a bunch of 308s. Ooh, tendon surgery. Damn, carpal tunnel, yeah. Gotta get the kid to bed. Until next time, everyone, I have a Blue Pro timer. It's ugly, it's bulky, it works. That's what I'm saying. If it works, it works. Have a good night, Pop Doctor. But yeah, reach out to me. Shoot me an email if you're interested, and we'll set up a time. You can be on the chat. I'd love for you to be on. But have a great night. But yeah, it's 8:08, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if there's any ladies on here. But if there are, even listening, I appreciate y'all. But we will shut this down. But what we are saying is, if you haven't talked to people that you are friends with or relatives of or whatever, please reach out to them. Let them know you're thinking about them. Say hi. You know, just check on them. Because, man, weird stuff's going on right now. People are emotional. So sometimes just reaching out can mean the world to them. So just reach out and say hi, and you're thinking about them. And then also, if you're watching this after the chat, leave questions, comments, things that you want to see. And me comparing a gun to another gun. I'm going to start going to the range more often. Just so you know, once this room just is set up over here, I'm going to start taking the belt out to the range. I will be going from the belt. I've got multiple belts. I'll be setting up a new belt also. And I'm going to be drawing from the belt, shooting from the belt. Not that I'm a professional. I'm not. I'm just a normal person like y'all are. I do have some USPSA experience, but I'm not a pro. I'm just a normal dude. So I'm going to be going from the belts. Also, I'm going to be doing from concealment at the range. And I'll film it, good, bad, indifferent. Y'all know me. I don't hide anything. I don't edit anything. I don't pull shit out, and so you don't see it. You're gonna see the good and the bad. Um, I'm a very straight shooter. I mean, as far as no pun intended, but as far as honesty, sometimes at the range I suck. Sometimes I'm decent, but you're gonna see everything. So. But I appreciate y'all being on. Thanks, G23. Thanks, Ranger, for moderating the chat. I really appreciate y'all so much for throwing up the links to G23. And Rich B says, as far as that Corvette, I will need a delivery address for you after I pocket the $1.4 billion. You will get it. Just hit me up and I will send you my address so they will know where to deliver it. And I will have bells on waiting for that delivery. So, but I appreciate y'all so much. Also, I will be doing some more tool follow-ups. Some of them I was just like, hey, here's a tool I got. But I have been using them. So I will be doing some follow-ups saying if they're good, they're bad, or indifferent, what I'm finding with them. But I'll just go and let the cat out of the bag. The M12 Impact so far is awesome. I am loving that thing. That thing is awesome. And it's so small and compact, and that's another thing I'm loving about it. Yeah, Unifor says, remember your friends, Rich. Yeah, you got to take care of everybody on the chat. That's what it's all about. If I win the lottery, I'll take care of everybody on the chat. I don't really play the lottery, though. I guess you got to play to win. But I appreciate y'all so much. And remember, an unarmed nation is a weak nation, so we all got to carry on. And then also, nobody has asked me what the carry for this week is, but it is a Shadow Systems XP 920 or CR. It's the Shadow Systems CR 920 XP. That's what I've been carrying this week. Carrying it great, love it, all that good stuff in the Armsman holster. So if you want to save 10% plus free shipping, use BJGG10 all capitalized for any holster. That will give you 10% off and free shipping for the subscribers. He put that out there. I don't make a penny, but it benefits y'all, so please use it. Also, Impact Machine. If you want any work done by them, it's BJGG10, and that's porting, custom work, trigger, whatever you want, even parts, optic plates, all that stuff. That'll get you 10% off that. And for lock grips, pistol grips, stands, hats, wearables, whatever. It's BJGG10. That will get you 10% off your complete order. All of those are complete orders. So please take advantage of them. We appreciate y'all so much. And remember, our nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Y'all take care.